buying all of this for 150 bucks, but I'm not sure if it's even worth it. So what we're going to do in this video is compare it to eBay sold listings, price starting, and see if this is really worth 150 bucks that I spent on it. I think the best way to figure this out is start with the NES game, then go to the Wii games, and then finish off with the PSP and see if everything is worth it. So let's go ahead and start off with that NES ice hockey game and see what we can get from that. Starting off with ice hockey for the NES, this is a pretty fun game, but it's not worth that much. When we head over to pricecharting.com, it's about $5. And then if we flip over to eBay sold listings, it looks like it's about that. Maybe like $5 to $10, maybe a little less. There's a few that are under that. But overall, I think $5 is a good start for this. Moving on to the Wii games, and actually, there's a GameCube game in here as well. So we'll check that out and see how much all of these games are worth. Starting off with a complete in-box copy of Madden. It looks like complete in box is selling for around $5 to $6 on price charting. And then when you look it up as sold listings on eBay, it's about the same. There's an $8 one and a $7 one. But there's a $4 one. It's all around that $5 to $6 mark. So put this down to $6. Looking up a complete in-box Fling Smash for the Wii, it's also about $5 to $7. So we'll be conservative and say $5 for this thing as well. Checking out a complete copy of Wii NBA Jam, it's actually going for about $15 on price charting. And then about $15 on eBay, which is pretty awesome. So go ahead and add $15 into the collection total. A complete copy of Create is worth about $5 as well. I'm not gonna make you watch me scroll through and try to find this on eBay because there's not many sold listings. An NPPL Championship Paintball is the same way, about $5 complete. We've got 3 more Wii games and a GameCube game, but I'm not sure, and I wonder what you think about this. Do you think this whole thing is worth 150 bucks or not? Also, how much do you think this is worth? Comment down below and let me know. Getting back to the game totals, Transformers Cybertron Adventure is about $7 on price charting, and over on eBay sold listings, I'd say like $8. So we're gonna call this one $7. Next up, we have Captain America Super Soldier, and when I looked this one up, it actually kind of surprised me because it's worth a little bit at $11 according to price charting. But then when I flipped over to it on eBay, I sold it for I saw it for 15. I saw it for 12, 11. I think this is a good $12 game, so go ahead and add $12 to the total. And last but not least, we've got Spider-Man Edge of Time for the Wii. Complete in the box, this is going for about $15 according to price charting, but when I did flip over to eBay, there was a 17, a 15, this 28 one is a little weird, $19.96, $19, so I think $17 is probably a good price to add for this one. That's all the Wii games in the bundle. This is the only GameCube game, and it's called Freedom Fighters. And when I looked it up, it looks like the value is about $15 according to price charting. But when I looked it up on eBay sold listings, I saw a 15, a 20, a 10. So I think 15 is probably a good place to add this one into the collection. Moving on, let's check out this huge stack of PSP games. And first off, we've got to look up Madden NFL 9. I love when I find little PSP games in the cardboard like this. These are so awesome. Picking this game up complete is probably not the way to do it. And loose is 5 and complete 7. According to price starting. So I'm gonna say $6 for this, but if we head over to eBay sold listings, we've got a 7 or an $8 one, then a random one that's not actually it. This one was a little hard to find, so I think adding it at $6 is probably a good price. Next we have Lego Indiana Jones and the Original Adventures complete in the box. When I looked this one up, I was actually shocked because it was $9.99, which is $10 for a complete in box price. And then eBay kind of showed me the same results, so add another $10 to the total. Keeping up with the Lego theme, we've got Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4. This is actually a ton of fun, and it's complete in the box as well. When I looked it up on price charting, the complete price was $7.96, so $8 there. And then when I hopped over to eBay sold listings, I saw it for $7, I saw it for $8, I saw it for $3. I don't know. I think probably $7 is a good price for this one since it is complete. More Lego, and that is Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. It's complete as well. Looking at price charting, we see it for about $7. And when we hop over to eBay sold listings, we're seeing $8.50, $10, $7. So I think $8 is probably the right price to add this into the collection. The next game we have is Blokus Portable Steambot Championship, and it just looks totally weird, so we're gonna have to check it out. According to price charting, this game is going for $7, which looks like it may be a little bit more than what it is on eBay sold listings, because when I flip over there, I'm seeing it for $7, then $1, then $6. I think this is probably a good one to put at $5, to be honest. Next, we have Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. If we look it up on price charting, we see it going for $13.22, which is pretty good. And when we hop over to eBay sold listings, I'm seeing it for $14, I'm seeing it for $15, $12. So I think that $14 mark is great for this game. Next, we have a complete copy of Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. I looked this up on price charting right now. It's going for $15 complete. Moving over to eBay sold listings, I'm seeing it for $20, $18, $12, another $20, another $20. I think $18 is the right price for Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. And that brings me to all these Star Wars games. The PSP has a bunch of awesome Star Wars games, starting off with Star Wars Battlefront: The Elite Squadron. This game is actually going for almost $18, which is a surprise. So let's go ahead and check it out on eBay sold listings. I'm seeing it for $15 loose, $20 complete, $7 with a weird mess up, $14. So I think $18 is probably a good price to add this one for the bundle. Keeping up with the Star Wars theme, we've got Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron, which it looks like isn't worth as much, but at $12, I think that's not bad for a complete. But when we flip over to eBay sold listings, we see it selling loose for $13, loose for $8, loose for $12. So I think $12 to $15 is a good price for this. So go ahead and be conservative and say $12 for this one. Next, we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it sadly is missing the manual. Looking at the loose price, we see it at $10, but the complete price is $14.40. So I'm gonna say $12 because it is missing the manual. However, if we flip over to eBay sold listings, I see it complete for $9, complete for $15. I see it another $15, loose for $9. So I think $12 is probably the good price for this one as well. We're almost through the Star Wars games, but not quite yet. We've got Star Wars Lethal Alliance, and this one's actually going for $23 complete, which is kind of shocking to me. But when we flip over to eBay sold listings, we see it selling for $15 loose, then a $4 loose, then a $20 complete. Wow, and a brand new one for $83, a $20. So I think the price is probably better at $20. $23 seems a little high, but this is a really good game. And last but not least, for the Star Wars games, we've got Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Looking this up on price charting, we see it going for $12 there. And when we flip over to eBay sold listings, we see it for $15. We see a GameStop cover version, which is pretty much loose, for $13. And another $20, another $12, a $20. I think $13 or $14 is probably right. So go ahead and add $13 for this one. Moving on to a Marvel Superhero Squad. It looks like right now on price charting, this is going complete for $10. And when we hop over to eBay sold listings, we're kind of seeing the same thing. We're seeing a $12.50, a $9, a $12.99. So I think $10 is probably the good price to put this at right now. And the last PSP game is Atari Classics Evolved. And I looked at this, and this looks pretty interesting. So let's see how much it's worth. Currently on price charting, this game is selling for $14. And when we head over to eBay sold listings, we see about the same, a $15, a $9, a $15, a $13. So I think probably $13 is a good price for this one. But looking at the back, it does look a little weird. Now that we've looked up all the games, let's go ahead and look up the real reason why I wanted to buy that. And that's this blue PSP console. When I saw that this was at 140 bucks, I was absolutely blown away because I didn't expect it to be worth that much. We've got on sold listings for eBay, 89 to 125. It's hard to find this one. There's a PSP for 10 bucks, but it's not working. So this one is kind of a little shocking to me because I didn't think it was worth $140, which is absolutely insane. All of this ended up being way more expensive than I thought it would be. So the price is down here, or maybe, what? Hey, I actually didn't put the price on the screen yet, but this is me from the future after editing. And we have $398 in total, which is absolutely insane. But let's go back to previous me. I'm still shocked that this was worth as much as it was, but what do you think? Would you have paid $150 for this, or would you have passed on it? Basically what happened was a friend of mine said, hey, I've got a bunch of video games, I'm just wanting to get rid of them, and he said, would you do $200? And I looked at it and I was like, there's some good stuff. I'll do $150. Realistically, I wanted the PSP and a few of the PSP games I didn't have. But for the most part, if I don't have the games, I'm just going to sell them on and keep the things that I want. And so I think this is probably a good deal for me. I think I'm definitely happy with it. But what do you think? Would you have paid for this? Also, if you haven't checked that video out right now, you should go do that. But I'm still in shock, and totaling this up blew my mind. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go try to play some games or see if I can find some more steals like this one. So go ahead and check out that video if you haven't already.